What if the woman you trusted most weaponized the law to take your child away? That's exactly what hit me when I held that envelope. It shouldn't have felt heavy, just paper inside, but my fingers knew better. My name typed across the front, perfect, sterile. No return address, no hint of mercy. I tore it open right there in the driveway, suitcase still in my hand, dust settling around my shoes. Inside, a court summons. Accused of child neglect. Failure to appear may result in arrest. The whole world narrowed to a single sentence. I read it twice, 3 times, hoping the letters would rearrange themselves into something sane. They didn't. My name, my son's name. Cold ink declaring me a man who didn't care for his own child. I stepped inside my home, but it no longer felt like home. Curtains drawn tight, air stale, like nobody had bothered to breathe while I was gone. Something was off, too quiet, too arranged, like a stage set waiting for an audience. Lauren stood in the kitchen, humming this soft, artificial tune, the kind people use when they practice being calm. I slid the notice across the counter. Her eyes scanned it. No surprise. No fear. Just the smallest, twitch fast, sharp, like she'd been expecting the moment to arrive. Must be some kind of mix-up, she said without looking at me. But she wasn't convincing anyone, not even herself. I watched her throat tighten, watched her inhale a little too quickly, watched her avoid my eyes. Accusations like this don't fall from the sky. Someone builds them brick by brick. And suddenly, everything in that kitchen felt staged. The photos on the wall, the neat counter, the fridge covered with drawings and magnets. Even Mason's smiling school picture felt unreal. Like it had been placed there to distract me from the fact that I was being erased. I didn't argue. I didn't accuse. I just watched. And the watching told me everything. The next days I moved like a shadow through my own life. I woke early, stayed quiet, paid attention. When Lauren slept, I checked her phone. Deleted calls, hidden threads, a second number buried under bank. At work, I requested school records. Small notes, but pointed. Father absent at pickup. Child often waits with mother's friend. Neglect. The word she needed, the story she was writing, one careful line at a time. I visited the courthouse. The clerk, exhausted, gray-eyed, told me the report was filed anonymously. No signature, no face, no accountability. But I didn't need a signature to know exactly who held the pen. So I went quiet, dead quiet. I cooked dinner. I kissed Mason goodnight. I smiled at Lauren like everything was fine. But inside, the storm was building, cold, precise, patient. Then the truth came to me the same way the lie had in an envelope. Manila, thick, heavy. A private investigator's report I'd ordered the moment my gut told me something was wrong. I opened it in my truck. Photos, dates, times. Lauren with another man, the same one who helped pick up Mason from school. The same one my son mentioned casually once, like he was just some friendly grown-up. It wasn't neglect she wanted documented. It was replacement. And I was the obstacle she needed out of the frame. I waited until dinner. The room felt colder than it should have. She placed a plate in front of me, smiling too hard, her routine perfect. I pushed the envelope toward her, slowly, deliberately. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Her eyes scanned the photos. Her fork slipped from her fingers and clattered onto the table. Jake, please, you don't understand. But I did. I understood exactly. I leaned in, my voice steady as a held breath. I never neglected my son. But you neglected the truth. Her face went pale. She reached for excuses, for anything but lies can't breathe in open air. Then I took out the second envelope, my official court response, evidence attached, her story exposed, her accusation dead before it ever touched a courtroom. She stared at it like it was a detonator. You set me up, she whispered, shaking. No, I said. You set yourself up. I just didn't stop you. Her tears came fast, loud, dramatic, desperate, but they were echoes of an old weapon that no longer worked. I stood, took Mason's picture off the fridge, folded it carefully, and slid it into my pocket. She reached out like she wanted to grab me, but she didn't dare. Not anymore. I walked out. The night air hit me like truth, sharp, cold, honest. No rage left. No begging. Just clarity. Betrayal is a knife that always cuts the one swinging it hardest. She'd live with that cut a long time. I sat in my car, looked at my son's smile one more time, and made myself a promise. He'd never learn this story from anyone but me, and he'd grow up knowing his father never walked away. I turned the key. Didn't look back.